Hello, everyone, and welcome to this conversation about mental health at work. Let me ask you something. Have you ever felt so overwhelmed by the demands of your job that it started to affect your sleep, your appetite, or even your relationships? If you have, you're far from alone. Mental health and job pressures intersect in ways many of us never fully anticipate. It's important to recognize that a huge part of our lives and our identities is often tied up in what we do for work. Let's start by examining the link between work and mental health. On a day to day basis, our jobs can be a source of accomplishment, community, and financial security. At the same time, stressful situations like tight deadlines, unclear expectations, or challenging coworkers can trigger anxiety or even depression. When mental health and the workplace environment clash, the emotional toll can be long lasting. Now, think about common workplace triggers. Maybe your boss bombards you with projects that seem impossible to finish on time. Perhaps your team offers little support or feedback, leaving you feeling isolated and confused. Bullying or harassment can also arise, adding another dimension of stress that weighs heavily on your well being. These factors can gradually chip away at your confidence, making even routine tasks feel like climbing a mountain. You might be asking, how can I tell if mental health and jobs are clashing in my life? Some red flags include constant fatigue, difficulty focusing, and recurring irritability. Are you dreading going to work every morning and then lying awake at night, replaying workplace scenarios in your head? If so, that's a sign your job and mental health might be at odds. But remember, there are solutions. First, identify what's triggering your stress. Awareness is half the battle. Second, speak up whenever you can, whether that's approaching your manager, seeking out a workplace counselor, or even calling a friend to decompress. It's not about complaining, it's about finding ways to make real changes. Third, set boundaries. If you're working from home, designate a workspace that you can walk away from at the end of the day. Don't let your living room blur into a 24-hour office. If you suspect you're spiraling into depression or anxiety because of your job, take note of symptoms like restlessness, a racing heart, or persistent sadness that won't let up. Don't ignore them. If you find yourself self medicating to cope, maybe a few too many drinks after work each night, it's time to hit the pause button and seek professional advice. Finally, think about how you might approach your employer. You have legal rights in the workplace, and an honest conversation about workload or reasonable accommodations can go a long way. Talking to your boss about mental health can feel intimidating, but it's an essential step for many people. Remember, your health should always come first. If you're stuck in a toxic environment or see your well being slipping, speak up and reach out to mental health professionals for support. Setting boundaries, leaning on trusted allies, and knowing your rights can help you find a healthier balance between your job and mental health. You deserve to thrive, not just survive.